In Los Angeles, California, we are the Mad Scientist Party Hour.
What's up, friends? And welcome back to another episode of Mad Scientist Party Hour. My name is Kevin Kraft, joined once again by a man who has voted his pants and underwear out of office and is currently engaged in an insurrection against his boner. That's Chef Clark.
Happy Erection Day, Puminati.
And transmitting to us from a PA voting booth, the bearded, booger-eating ballot farmer known as Shuddy Boy.
Yo! Rah, rah.
And joining us once again for his 232nd appearance, the great Dustin Ybarra.
Yeah! Let's make it 233.
Good to see you, homie.
Good seeing you guys, man.
Yeah, I mean...
You're a sunglasses indoors guy now. That is fucking rad.
But I'm not wearing them on my eyes. I use them to keep my hair from falling in my face. So there's a method to it, you know?
That's pretty slick.
Oh.
I like that.
Yeah, it's not like I'm a douche yet.
No. I think you should do a headband. I think that'd be cool.
Bro,
Would that be douchey?
You want to hear something? So I've been getting like a few movie parts like back to back, and in the audition I've had a bandana like right here, you know? There's something about it. It's like my lucky thing, dude. I think it gives me character or something.
Look like Philip Seymour Hoffman playing basketball in Along Came Polly.
Yeah, dude. Anything to like shake it up. You know what my next move is gonna be? I think I'm gonna put like some beads in my hair, you know, for like a hippie-ish role.
Wait,
Have you seen those fuckers?
Are you talking about like when Michael Scott goes to Sandals, Jamaica and comes back?
Yeah, bro.
So do you have any other like rich, like I actually started one the first time I did stand up at that bar in Hollywood. I celebrated by going home and smoking a bowl and watching an episode of Naruto. And then I was just like, you know what? I think that's just gonna be my thing. Like every time I go out and I take a big swing and it pays off, I'm gonna go home and smoke and watch Naruto, and that's sort of become my ritual. Do you have like if that headband is working for you in auditions, are you just gonna keep rolling with it?
Yeah, probably. But you know what? I do my little victory thing now since I'm sober is I'll just go and get like ice cream and like I'll eat like shit. Like that's my victory lap, you know? Which is kind of it's not as fun. You know?
Yeah, it's possibly more unhealthy.
Yeah, you can definitely feel the consequences the next day.
How is sober life treating you?
Great. Perfect. It's good for me, man.
It's fucking wonderful.
It is. I know I'm just, you know, I'm not being facetious. It's fucking great, man. I love it.
Oh.
I get up, I'm not hungover. I can unlock my iPhone with facial recognition. It knows who I am.
That's awesome, man.
Good life for old Dust. It's not for everyone, you know. Works out for me.
But I mean,
do you not smoke pot anymore either?
No, I don't do anything, man.
Were you ever?
I smoke this stupid nicotine vape, and I want to quit. I was just talking to Shuddy about it. I gotta fucking kill this bullshit because there's no studies on it yet, long-term studies. So it's like,
sure, you're fine.
You know, yeah. But then we're all gonna have like popcorn lungs, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I remember hearing about that, like, you know, after I left New York, like, I feel like just right afterwards, they were goofing on the Stern Show. They were making fun of Scott the engineer for having popcorn lung from vaping so much. And it was almost like a go-between. Like, cigarette smokers were like, all right, well, I need something to get to scratch that itch. So I'll do the vape since it's not, you know, a carcinogen or anything. But I feel like that's where everybody gets stuck. Like, they're like, all right, I'm gonna quit the cigs, go to the vape, and then that'll get me off of it. And then they just vape for like 10 years plus.
Yeah, it's a sweet flavored vape too. It's all these sweet flavors, so you won't get popcorn lung. You'll get kettle corn lung. Stupid.
Dude, I swear, like when we were making John Cooper, like it had been a really, really long time since I was surrounded by that many people that are that much younger than me, like being that outnumbered by whippersnappers, and so many of them vaped, and
Oh yeah.
they were talking about like the fucking the flavors and shit you can get, and I'm like, man, will you guys shut up, because that kind of fucking sounds delicious. It's like they're going through Willy Wonka's nicotine factory. Like, oh, mine's snozberries. Like, oh,
yeah, I'm kind of warming up to these
waterfall.
Gen Zers.
In what way?
I just think they're kind of cool. They're kind of raunchy. They're little fuckers sometimes, but I don't know. It's not all bad down there. Some good kids.
I would like to see Jeff fully embrace the Gen Z lifestyle. Like, one day we just show up and he's wearing a Supreme shirt and has got like a fucking broccoli head perm haircut.
Got one of those fucking those ring spotlight things for my TikToks.
Oh yeah. Just
What's
recording all the food that you make.
Got an overhead camera.
Making myself a fucking skibbity chicken sandwich. It's lit.
Shit's bussin'.
Yeah, I had a conversation with a younger person the other day, and they were just like telling me because I was trying to figure out words that I say that make me look old, and a big red flag, big old word, awesome.
Oh no. Awesome.
I know, and I love awesome.
So do I.
I say awesome so much, and he was just like, yeah, that's
They're trying to cancel awesome, these motherfuckers.
They're trying to cancel awesome, bro.
Can we still call things that we like fat?
Probably not. You got to call it, I don't know. Fucking definitely not fat.
Oh yeah,
it's pH, kids.
Even though it's pH, it's still body shaming.
They only care about women fat. Like fat guys are the last group that you'll be able to make fun of.
100%.
With no repercussions.
Yeah,
but if it's like, do you remember when Chris Christie was running for office? And like everyone was like, "Look at this fat piece of shit, man!" Like that was like. But if Chris Christie were a woman, they'd be like, "Yeah, you go, girl. You fucking eat that Dunkin' Donuts."
Oh my god, yeah.
Eminem's last album, he has like a whole diss track for fat people, and it's just like all right, this is the last group he can punch down on. All right, cool.
Yeah, it's just fat people.
Yeah,
man.
right.
I'm like listening to it on the treadmill, and I was like, wait a second, I'm trying here. Hold on. Shitting on me.
Right now, Eminem is traveling the world in his private jet to find some sort of like hidden tribe of people that the rest of the world hasn't discovered yet, so he can make fun of them before it gets canceled for shit on them. Yeah. Hey, we haven't drawn the line on these guys yet, so fuck you.
We're about to rip these Kwakula Jungle Tribe with your disc in your mouth. Bullshit.
Yeah, I feel like that's the true sign that we haven't fully hit actual, shaming equality yet, is if you go to Target and you walk through the women's clothing section, all of the mannequins are quite large, but all the dude mannequins are still fucking chiseled as shit. There's no like big bellied plumber crack mannequin in the men's section yet. I think when that happens, that's when we know we made it.
They wouldn't be able to put it up. Everyone would try to fuck it. Do you remember that movie Mannequin?
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah.
God, I think that was the first movie I got a boner to.
I might be with you.
Like, wow. And then every mannequin I would see at the store, like, oh, maybe it'll come to life and fuck me.
Dude, I used to do the same fucking thing because I was on HBO all the time when I was a little kid, and anytime I had to go to the mall with my mom and no one was looking, I would like fucking plant a smooch on one of the mannequins and be like, all right, is this one of the magical ones? Nope, she didn't come to life. All right, on to the next one.
You dumb little creepers.
Yeah, some of these mannequins have nipples now. That didn't happen before.
No.
Like, wow,
Well, I
this is
mean,
nice.
ladies got to know what their top is going to look like when they get nipple boners.
Yeah,
Big part of
man,
selecting the outfit.
I'm gonna go to fucking Kohl's right after this, man. See what's up.
Yeah, I mean, it is election night. All the authorities are probably training their attention elsewhere. This is the best time to just go on a spree of fucking smooching mannequins and see which one comes to life.
Smooching mannequins.
Hey, are you Kim Cattrall? Damn it!
They print out your photo and put it in front of the store. Do not let this man in.
He's a serial mannequin raper.
Yeah, he got on the trench coat and glasses.
He's fucking Weinstein of mannequins.
Dude, I watched Mannequin somewhat recently. That movie still kicks ass.
Yeah. Remember they had that really overtly gay guy? It was before like gay was like a cool thing, but it was like he was just like forgot what his name was, but he was this black dude with like everything about him was gay. It was probably played by a straight guy too.
He was. But the
He
character,
was? Okay,
yeah.
yeah. Those are the I swear, some of the best gay acting I've seen has been straight dudes.
Yeah, like the dude on Modern Family.
Bro, Modern Family, Will and Grace, you know?
Which one of those two is the straight one? Cameron?
Eric Stone Street.
Yeah. Cam.
He's straight.
Okay.
The fat guy, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That is good acting.
It's great acting, yeah.
Which, while we're talking about sitcoms, I just saw your episode of Home Economics last week.
Oh. Thank you. Was it good?
It was. It's always I always enjoy when you pop up and I didn't expect to see you.
Yeah. Unexpected Dusty. There's a subreddit, I think.
A wild Dustin Ybarra has appeared. So
yeah, I can't wait. What happened at the festival? We haven't even talked about that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was a really solid turnout.
Nice.
You know, we had a lot of fucking people came out from all over the place. Shuddy came out, went for round 2. He brought a crew with him. My old Philly buddies came out. My mom's side of the family, my dad's side of the family. People flew in from Florida, Chicago. It was a big turnout. Got a huge response from the audience. You know, I took in a few other screenings while I was at the festival, and it didn't really seem like anybody came as close to filling a theater as we did. So it was
great.
Yeah, I mean, I was still kind of in my own head and panicking and shit, but I did have, some family and people that were there for the premiere who were also at this screening, and they were like, I think this one got like bigger laughs. And some people were saying like on their second go through, they thought it was funnier second time around.
Yeah, buddy.
I don't know if it was. I did have a few people come up to me afterwards, and they were like, in all fairness, I was really nervous coming here because I was trying to think of like how I was gonna react when the movie was over by being like, "Oh, that was good, yeah, dude."
Yeah.
But they're like, "Man, thank God I didn't have to do that."
Yeah, dude, I've went to some bad ones, some stinkers, man, and you just kind of like, you just lie. You got to tell it's good no matter what.
Yeah, I was kind of like, what was the big one recently? Oh, was that that Francis Ford Coppola one that
Megalopolis.
Yeah, people were really shitting on, and it seemed like a lot of the cast when they were doing interviews to promote it were trying their best to be as neutral and Switzerland as possible when talking about the actual movie. Like, so what do you think of the finished product? Like, well, we all tried our best. It's like, ooh, all right.
Ooh,
yeah, I've always wondered
tough.
that because I went to the only other like actual premiere that I've gone to was for Dinner for Schmucks. I got to go to that just because of Sirius XM back in New York, and I was sitting like 2 rows from Steve Carell. Like the back of his head was in my field of vision for the whole movie. And there was like big laughs throughout the movie. I was laughing throughout it, and then it came out and it got like scorched by the critics, and I was like, oh shit. I wonder how like if those people were just throwing it courtesy laughs or if premieres have different vibes. But
I think premieres do have different vibes, because it's like an event, it's a big deal, especially the celebrity one.
Yeah, and I feel like if it's for a comedy, it probably wouldn't hurt to treat it kind of like a taping of a show. Like you just have like a warm-up comic come out and do 5 minutes. Like that would be a solid job for like if Brody Stevens was still around, have him as like just the opener for every comedy premiere in LA.
A comedy fluffer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they do that with like pretty much every morning talk show, like, like Ellen's and Kelly Clarkson's and shit. Like they have like, a somewhat safe comic come out and do some real middle of the road jokes to get everybody fluffed. And
I never knew that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I got a buddy who does that for a living. You got to have that certain like attitude, the comedy stuff. Hey, guys, we're having fun. We're having a good time. Blah, blah.
Yeah. It's almost like being a carnival barker in a way.
It really is.
But I've heard from people that get that gig that like they fucking love it.
Yeah. Oh, you get paid. Yeah, you make some money.
Yeah, I hear the money's good.
You remember when we went to the Arc? Were you there? Like, you know how the ArcLight Theater, they'll have the dude come out before and kind of just explain, but it's like a serious guy. He comes out like, ladies and gentlemen, you are about to watch Schindler's List, directed by Steven Spielberg. He's very like serious about it and is wearing a turtleneck.
It has a runtime of 4 hours and 26 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are about to watch the second coming of John Cooper from the Fart Master himself, Kevin Kraft, directing.
By the way, speaking of John Cooper, I did get a little bit of an update on the LA screening that's going to be happening next month. December 9th, Monday night. I believe it's 7:30, but there's a slim chance that it's 6:30. But one of those times, it is definitely Monday, December 9th in downtown LA, and they told me that they're going to send me a link this week for tickets. So anybody who's in SoCal, need as big of a turnout as possible, because the less empty seats that there are, the cooler myself and Dustin look and the movie looks. So, I'll be promoting it. I'll promote it like fucking crazy. But yeah, even if you want to just come and say what's up and take some selfies with us, whatever gets you in the theater, I'll take
December 9th. I'm there, buddy.
Fuck yeah. And
I'm
Dustin,
there too. And scheduling note, we will not be recording December 9th.
I mean, we can just record during the day earlier. Maybe aim for an hour earlier. We can squeeze it all in. I can get everything edited and posted before heading downtown.
Word.
We'll see.
We'll address that down the line. Yeah. Next, it's still a month away, but awesome, dude.
But Dustin, you've got a brand new movie that's available right now.
Yes, I do.
Stealing Jokes.
Yeah, Stealing Jokes. Stealing Jokes with Jeff Dye, HaHa Davis, Luke Knoll, and it's about these comedians that get fucked over by a club owner, so they end up like robbing him. And it's a funny, fun movie. It's got a bunch of comic cameos that are in it. And we filmed it in Detroit like 3 years ago, man.
Holy shit.
And it just came out. And I was looking at it and I was like I was liked my acting and everything, but I was like, damn, I've gained weight since then. Like I could see it.
Really?
I was like, and yes, and at that time I remember thinking like, man, I'm fat. And then fast forward and now I'm like, wow, I wasn't as fat as I thought I was.
I mean, I was just hanging out with you recently. I don't think you look different from you did.
I gained a little weight in the past 2 years. I think the hair throws everything off. I was having a conversation with this other fat comic, but he doesn't have crazy hair, and he was like, "You did the right thing, man, because now I'm just the fat comic, but you're the wild-haired comic." I'm like, "Oh, okay, nice."
So
That's much better than being the fat comic.
Yes, without a doubt.
I know it was, a little while ago, three years ago, but like, how was the shoot? Like, how many days were you guys shooting for? Do you remember it being like a hectic schedule?
No, it was like 3 weeks, and it was easy, and it was with a bunch of comics I knew, so it was a blast.
Hell yeah.
Detroit, we were there, some nice place in like downtown, dude. It was a great time.
Do you know the writer director personally?
Yeah,
Okay, cool. Yeah, because it
yeah.
seemed like he
Mike
just Mike Young. Yeah, it seems like he just pulled together like a bunch of really solid comics.
Yeah, he did, and he got funds for it. The gosh, I can't remember the guy's name, but he owns the Cavaliers. Jeff
Holy
might know
shit.
him.
Yeah, Jeff, who owns the
Dan
Cavaliers?
Gilbert.
Yeah, Dan Gilbert. Yeah. Ooh,
He
good,
runs
Jeff.
Rocket Mortgage Loans. He's like a billionaire loan guy.
Yeah,
Mortgage
and we've
loans.
been we've been doing this Rocket comedy tour to promote the movie. Going to be in Columbus, Ohio, like December 5th, I believe. So yeah, I mean, I don't. I think it might be in the same spot as John Cooper. I know you can buy it right now
Yeah.
on like Apple TV and Amazon, but it's not streaming anywhere, you know?
Yeah, it's up for VOD.
Yeah.
Prime and like iTunes, like any digital platforms got it up for like rental and purchase. So like I always, now that
Yeah.
I've got like, just one thing under my belt that I can kind of compare things to. Cause like, we did John Cooper in 13 days and it was kind of hectic shooting, doing 12-page days. So I always like, when other people are doing indie comedies, I'm always kind of curious, like if you guys got to have it a little bit more relaxed.
It felt a little more relaxed for sure.
Yeah.
I
So
think it might have it was low budget, but it might have been a little less low budget than John Cooper.
yeah. I mean, if you really think about it,
More
like
budgeted.
if it's
Yeah.
if it's like a SAG project, like I don't know how you could spend less than John Cooper just with all the stuff that's, required by the union that you have to have on set. Because all that
Yeah.
stuff, it's like a lot of unseen stuff that really fucking ticks the budget up.
Yep.
So like, are you like personally friends with Jeff Dye? Do you know him?
Yeah, I actually did I did a show with Jeff last night.
Oh fuck yeah, nice.
Yeah. No, I've known Jeff for a while. That was when we really started hanging out though, is during that whole thing.
Nice.
Jeff went hardcore right wing.
Oh, he did.
Yeah. A few comics did. I've never been like a political dude at all. You see my comedy. I'm not. I'm just like, eh.
Yeah.
But some people went
Dude,
really
I
hard.
love that Kamala Harris bit that you do.
Yo, yeah, that's a good bit.
That one
Oh,
kills. A little
Yeah.
racist, but hey, whatever.
What are you gonna do? It's comedy. Come on. Yeah.
And make omelets gonna break some eggs.
Man, well that's fucking awesome because I remember you telling me about like shooting this movie. I'm pumped it's finally out.
Yeah, me too, man. Because it was one that was like you wonder, like, is this gonna come out? Just like that's just how the business is. You're kind of like, oh, okay, well, hopefully people can see this one day.
Yeah, because I mean I was talking to some people, and they were like, you realize how much of a gamble indie filmmaking is, right? And I'm like, yeah, I know it's a little sketchy, a bit of a roll of dice. It's like, no, I think a majority of indie films, even the ones that get shot and completed and have a finished fucking product ready to go, just die on the vine. And I was like, well, that is absolutely fucking terrifying. I wish somebody had told me that earlier. But I feel like John Cooper, like I was sweating it before, but I'm a little bit more confident now that it's doing well in festivals. Like it just got yesterday I got 2 emails, got into 2 more festivals.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. So like, like when you're watching a trailer for some, artsy fartsy flick, and they have like those like Caesar leaf things around it, and it's like official selection of Cannes.
Yeah.
Best lesbian scissor scene at Cannes. Like, you get those laurels for, every festival that exists. So if you get into a festival, if you get selected to be a part of it, they email you those, and, especially for indie film. I mean, studios don't fucking submit their shit to festivals because they don't need it. But like, if you independently finance a film and then you're looking for a buyer and an outlet for some way to get it to the public, though, that's kind of what moves the needle. People don't really give 2 shits one way or another, but when they start seeing that it got attention at festivals, then people kind of perk up and they're more willing to open up their fucking pocketbooks. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping John Cooper can join Stealing Jokes, sit there right fucking next to it, get everybody a nice dusty double feature.
Dusty double feature. Yeah, man. I like it. I haven't seen you since Disneyland.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that was a fun time.
that was pretty
That
hectic.
didn't sound fun at all. With all that didn't say the way Kevin described it. That did not sound like fun at all.
Well,
It sounded like a lot of standing in line and a whole lot of
Yeah,
not fun.
you're victimized by the Kevin Kraft curse.
What the hell is that, Kevin?
That would be a blood blister under his toenail.
yeah,
That's
that's my big toe that is still black from the amount of walking we did in Disney.
We did. Oh, okay. The worst one was whenever. Oh my God. So we were in California Adventure, and they're like, "Oh, Haunted Mansion. They say we can come down now. Our fucking our place in line is open." So we walked over there. We hauled ass, and then get there, and then the ride shut down, man. So we just walked back to California Adventure.
It was, we got cock-blocked so many times, and like, Carl is still so bummed out about it. Like, the only thing she wanted to do, she wanted to go on that fucking Star Wars ride so bad, the Rise of the Resistance one.
Yeah, me too. That looked like a good ride, and we waited, and right when we were there, it stopped, dude. That was disheartening right there.
Yeah. I feel like that kind of changed everybody's mood for the rest of the trip. It just like kicked everybody in the collective nuts.
Well, see, what I did after that is I was just kind of like, you know what? I'm just gonna kind of do whatever is open and just try to get some rides in. I did Guardians of the Galaxy like 2 times in a row, just because I was like, okay, this is a reliable ride. I like it. It's fun.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of that one. I like, because my favorite part about rides are the drops. I like the little fucking tickling butterflies in the stomach.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And you're with a group of people, everyone's in it together. You're just like, everyone's having a party. They're playing like fun Guardians of the Galaxy music and stuff. It's just, yeah, it's a good time.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Like, I do kind of miss the Twilight Zone element of it. Like,
yeah, that was cool. Yeah. But I like what they did.
I'm more used to going in Florida. Like, I used to go with my dad's side of the family a lot when I was a kid. And the Tower of Terror in Florida had like a whole little like maze you went through. It was like a whole show. And the Guardians of the Galaxy one, and I think it was the same thing when it was Twilight Zone. It doesn't move. Like, you just stay in an elevator shaft. So like, different floors the door will open up and show you like a different projection thing. But in Florida, you actually
I remember that.
It
went
doesn't
and wound
move
around.
Because the one in Walt Disney World, the Tower of Terror did go up, and then it kind of moved, and then it went to the drop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the differences, since Florida has, I guess, more land to fuck around with.
Yeah. They also got that Aerosmith ride in Florida.
The Rock and Roller Coaster is gone, I think.
Oh, it is? Did they cancel it?
No, I think, hold on.
Yeah, one of the bears from the fucking Splash Mountain snuck over there.
Oh no, that
Yuck.
racist bear.
You guys like the song of the South? Yeah. They're like, ah, shit, we got to shut this one down too. Fuck. I do. My favorite part about that one is the fact that, like, you're just sitting in the coaster, and then it just explodes out of nowhere and just like rockets off.
Yeah.
It was rebranded as Avengers Assemble Flight Force as part of the new Avengers campus in Hollywood Studios.
Oh, okay. I would check that out.
Yeah, that could be kind of cool. I'm into that.
You know what I liked? Here's what I
Probably
liked
like
about.
$300 to do it.
Well, here's what I liked about that area too. There were little shows going on outside of the Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, did you see the Avengers fight that was happening?
No.
Did you catch any of that? I didn't think you guys did, but like, yeah, it wasn't on a schedule or anything. But all of a sudden, you'd be sitting there and you look up at top and like Black Widow's fighting like
Oh,
some bad guy.
I was
and,
hoping, like, I thought you meant for a second park goers were fighting at the Avengers ride. I was like, oh, Kevin
Wow,
did
that
not
happens
mention
too.
this. That would have been fucking sweet.
I love watching Disney fights, man.
Oh, they're the best. I
Yeah.
mean, they're almost as good as airport fights. Airport
Oh.
fights they're a little darker though.
Yeah, well, someone just wearing Mickey Mouse ears fighting is just funny. It's like, wow, this guy's at the happiest place on earth, but he's pissed.
Yeah.
Fucking duking it out with another angry dad.
Yeah, and the craziest ones are the ones where like people are just like throwing such wild haymakers that their clothes start falling off. You ever seen those?
Yeah.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
It's always two chicks.
You always see that in like Austin fights.
Yeah, like two
Austin
chicks just
fights are good too. The Dirty Six.
wailing on each other, and their tube top comes down, and titties are out. Now the titties are throwing punches, and then somehow their fucking pants and underwear fall off, and everybody's just butt naked beating the shit out of each other.
Did you ever see that video that fat McDonald's worker who like beat the fucking top off that one lady?
No, but
Oh,
There was like a little Asian girl who like fucking like threw a drink at this like big lady at McDonald's, and the lady just came out and whooped her ass,
wow.
beat the shit out of her and like
She
beat her
wasn't
so
having
like her boobs popped out of her top, and then I think the person, if I remember correctly, this video, there was another big McDonald's worker who like tried to break it up. And then the little chick that was getting her ass whooped attacked her too. And then the girl who broke it up beat her ass as well.
oh my god,
She got beat up by two different McDonald's workers and lost her top in the process.
she sounds resilient.
Yeah, hold on. I might have to put this in the group chat. Maybe Shuddy can fire it up.
I mean, as long as there's no
McDonald's.
actual titties, so we don't get booted off of YouTube. But
Oh my god. I thought Elon was going to change that. Oh, he doesn't do YouTube.
no,
Sorry. Oh yeah, I found it. Shocking moment. Girl throws a milkshake and hits McDonald's staff and just gets her
Here,
ass
Jeff,
whooped.
I will just allow you to share.
it's funny how it
Wait a
doesn't. That's another area where we have yet to see equality. Like two dudes just throwing hands, and all of a sudden their zippers drop and their fucking schlongs plop out of their pants. Because then there's like a two-layer fight happening. There's the fist being thrown, and then there's wagging dicks. And like,
yeah.
you could have the upper hand with the fists, but you know those dicks slapping against each other back and forth like a giraffe fight. That's a fight that could be decided by the bottom half.
That is those giraffe fights. I've seen those. Those are pretty gnarly. Yeah.
Yeah, they kind of gross me out for some reason. They like, I don't
You
know
picture
why.
Dicks.
Maybe that is it. I'm just picturing two dicks fighting with each other because they just whip their necks at each other. And seeing necks move like that, I don't know. There's something just creepy and unsettling about it. Jeff, do you know if this video has actual nudity?
I think it's bleeped out because I'm getting it from the Daily Mail, which is British.
Apparently, don't the British people put like titties in their newspapers?
Well, oh, you guys want to gamble?
Sure, let's do it.
Can you see this?
Yeah. Oh my God.
You can see it?
Well, now there's
Okay, here we
like
go.
15 pop-ups blocking it. All right, you can tell this is a recent one. They have the iPad ordering things.
Oh, they bleeped it out. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I just saw a
wow.
bleeped out titty.
Yep.
Man, that girl took that whooping
She looks
pretty well.
Samoan.
Yeah.
All right, now the other lady. Oh, the lady that was helping her has now turned on her, punching her in the back of the head. Oh, some slapping, hair pulling.
It is yeah, that is King Kong Bundy versus like Jackie Chan right there.
Dude, it looks like she looks Samoan. Like she like wrestles with her brothers. Samoans are a group of people I want no beef with.
Yeah. I don't know why that tiny little girl picked a fight with fucking E Honda from Street Fighter, but that
Maybe
did
she
not
just
work
thought
out.
like she wouldn't come from behind the counter. Like the counter was just some fucking border she could not cross.
Yeah.
Like she couldn't fit her way through the thing.
Like,
It's like now this little door comes up actually.
how do you think McDonald's corporate handles stuff like that?
It would fall on the franchisee,
You think?
but I would think not favorably.
When I worked at McDonald's when I was like 19 and 20, there was this dude who was like fresh out of prison who was working with us, and like at first I was like terrified of this guy. But I like cracked a few jokes around him, and he laughed at them and kind of warmed up to me, and I'm like, all right, cool. I got this guy on my side. He's my buddy. And he was actually cool as fuck. Like I really loved when I checked the schedule and saw that we were overlapping a bit. And one night we
Made
were
some mistakes once.
Exactly. We were working late one night because they always had me as the closing manager. And he got in an argument with some customer who threw a fucking racial slur at him. And he did not hesitate to leap out the window where you hand the food out into the driver's side window of this guy's car and was just whooping his ass. And I had to pull him back in by his ankles. And nothing ever came of it.
Oh wow!
Like-
Did you not report it or anything? You were just like,
I wasn't gonna snitch on him.
okay, yeah.
But
Well,
like,
the customer was in the
He
wrong.
worked hard. He worked hard on that relationship.
yeah. I was like, and I got fucking called him a racial slur. I was like, I wasn't
Which
trying
racial
to.
slur was it?
Well, he was Puerto Rican, and he hit him with the S word, I guess you would say.
Yeah,
Which one is that?
Rhymes with quick.
rhymes with sick.
I know
watch-
which one it is. I was just trying to get Kevin to say it accidentally.
Just go watch Tony Hinchcliffe's set.
Yeah,
I had his ankles, but there were like a few seconds where I was pantomiming pulling him and actually wasn't trying to get him out of the car. And then I was like,
He threw a punch too.
I was like, all right, he got a decent amount of punches in. I'll pull him back in now. But
Man,
like
you should have went out there and gotten a shot.
that was like, we had security cameras in there. So if that dude like called in a complaint, like one of your employees like leapt through the window into my car and beat my ass, there would have been fucking video evidence of it. But that guy kept his mouth shut. I kept my mouth shut. My buddy kept his job. It all worked out.
It's tough to complain to someone if you fire a racial slur off.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He just started punching you? Well, well, wait a second.
Yeah, exactly. All right. What else do we have here? Oh, Dustin, how closely do you follow the NFL?
Kinda. I'm not on Jeff Clark level. Yeah.
Well,
You're not on Kevin Kraft level either, apparently.
No, I'm not a big. I mean, I'll watch it. The Cowboys suck this year, so I was just kind of like, whatever. I like close games. Why? What's going on?
oh, well, we do this thing on the show now that's called NFL Pick Them.
Oh, okay.
So, Shuddy Boy pitched this idea to us, and we essentially feature a handful of games every week, and Shuddy and Jeff play with a mixture of knowledge and their hearts, and I play with absolutely nothing. So
It's called ignorance, is what it's called, Kevin.
Exactly. It's not a pick 'em, it's a pick them. And I also, I don't follow any of this outside of MSPH. So
Bullshit.
every
Everyone
episode,
knows you're lying.
every episode we connect up, and how did I do? I think last week I fired out of the gate this season doing pretty well, and then I fucked up royally. Shuddy Boy caught up to me. I think I'm only ahead by one correct pick them. But so I don't know. We how many of them did we pick this last week, Shuddy? 6?
We picked 6. One of us went 2 and 4. Another one of us went 5 and 1. Do we want to guess who those people were?
Well, wait a second. So there's 3 of us. So does that mean there was a tie?
No. Then the third person went 4 and 2. But I just wanted to highlight the winner of the week and the loser of the week, not the person in second place.
Well, I feel like since I had a very small lead, I probably shit my pants.
Came back down to earth.
Yeah.
From a personal standpoint, the NFL did not go really well for me last week, so I might be that loser.
You most definitely are that loser, sir.
Oh,
Oh, no.
Jeff falling even further behind in the rankings. Kevin, yes, you were 5 and 1. I was 4 and 2, and Jeff was 2 and 4.
Shiggity boom boom blow.
We all
games?
got fucked by the Jets beating the Texans.
Yeah, we did.
Jeff, for some reason, still continued to pick the Browns, who lost to the Chargers. Jeff also picked the Giants over the Commanders. You both picked the Ravens to beat the Broncos, and they did, in fact, shit whip the Broncos.
I knew that was going to happen.
Kevin and I correctly picked the Lions. And we all picked the Chiefs.
The good old
somehow, the Eagles game was not on there.
How come?
Thank God.
I have no idea how I missed that last week when we picked it, and I can't believe nobody said anything.
It doesn't feel right. Like, it feels like we definitely picked it. It was the Jags, right? I mean, I don't know. I feel like that's something that you wouldn't overlook. Maybe you just forgot to jot it down. I don't know.
So
we'd have to go back to the tape. What, Kevin?
What are we at now? What are our rankings?
So, Kevin, you are 31 and 23.
Sick.
I am 29 and 25, so you've added a game to your lead.
hey.
Jeff taking up the rear at 23 and 31.
Dicks in my butt. Yeah, pretty much.
He's a soft 3.
Not this season. I'm a week 1.
You gamble too, right, Jeff?
I do. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
So wait a second. But we play by different rules. We just go who wins and loses, and you have like magic things that are different on bets, right?
Yeah, he's got like
They're called
spreads.
Yeah. They're called spreads and totals.
You got the NFL.
Yeah, I actually do better on that than I do this.
Because you got
I am having a rough season.
You got the NFL Electoral College.
Yeah. Like 2 weeks ago, I think I tied you guys, and I just crushed it personally. So I don't know. And sometimes, like when we record Monday, or even in this case Tuesday, like I haven't even started looking at this week, so my opinions change by time I actually place my bets, and sometimes I'll bet a team that I picked against here, but I really don't want to get punished, so I'm gonna have to fucking step it up earlier in the week, apparently.
Yeah. So The games we're picking for this week are the Cincinnati Bungholes versus the Baltimore Edgar Allan Poes.
Edgar
Hmm.
Allan Poe. Shuddy, I believe
Oh,
you meant to
yes,
say.
you're my mistake. My mistake.
Edgar Allan
The Edgar Allan Poes.
All right, well, I'll go with the Poos.
I'm also taking the Ravens. Jeff?
Ravens who? Ravens versus who?
Bengals, the Bungholes.
My fucking God.
I feel like we should
I'll take
always
the
make.
Bengals. I'll take the Bengals.
We should
You're gonna take
always.
the Bengals? Bungholes?
We always
We
Wow.
should
gotta
have
make
won the
Jeff.
first game.
We should always have Jeff be the last person to go. I don't know if you know this about Jeff, Dustin, but let's say like we all went out to a restaurant and they had just like some fucking delicious looking item,
Yeah.
like a special, and we were like,
Mhm.
man, that sounds fucking good. And like you and I go first, and we both order that like really delicious thing. Jeff could
You
want
just
that
ruined
thing.
my night.
Yeah, Jeff could want that thing more than anything in the world, but he'll get something lesser because he
He
can't.
doesn't want to follow the crowd.
Yeah, so Shuddy and I just picked the winners, and we just forced Jeff to stick to his weird principle for some reason and pick the losing team.
Yeah. Stupid.
I can't
But
pick
I'll
the
help
Edgar
myself.
Allan Poes because you guys already ordered it.
The New York Giants versus the Carolina Panthers.
You made that up. That second team doesn't exist.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, so they're playing this game, Kevin.
The Giants?
The Giants versus Panthers.
Wait, do you Carolina? You said which one?
They're just Carolina, but they play in Charlotte, North Carolina specifically, but they're just called the Carolina Panthers.
This is the finale of the NFL International Series this year, and they will play in Munich, Germany.
That sounds stupid.
The Germans, we are sending two of the shittiest teams in the NFL to Germany to showcase our game, and just it's toilet bowl. They're two just shit ass teams, shit ass franchises.
The Giants are 2-7, and the Panthers are 2-7. They are the Jeff Clarks of the NFL.
Yeah, pretty much. I bet the Panthers last week, and they were one of my two winners. Actually, I'm very happy with the Panthers.
I mean, I guess since I never even knew that they were a real team, I'll take them. They're like a fresh, like the what are we gonna call them? Panthers, Carolina.
Panthers? I don't know.
Oh, that one's good.
Carolina.
The Carolina Panties? No. Let's go with Panthers. I'm going to go with the Panthers.
Jeff, who are you taking?
I'm gonna take the Giants.
I'm taking the Panthers, the Panthers.
Oh my God, I could actually gain some ground. Well, we know how this usually ends.
That's only if the New York Giant pussies can squeak out a win.
Then
They probably
the
won't.
Philadelphia Spread Eagles versus the Dallas Gay Cowboys. I am obviously selecting the Eagles.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I'm going to as well.
Maybe because you heard that Dak Prescott hurt his hamstring and is going to be out multiple weeks.
He always hurts that. Jesus Christ.
He does hurt that.
I was really counting on you taking the Cowboys there, Kevin. You son of a bitch. I'll take the Eagles.
All right, fine. I'll order the grilled chicken.
No, I can't even hear. The Eagles should come right into their butts. These motherfuckers have no business being out there. Speaking of which, on fucking Thanksgiving, it's going to be the Giants versus Cowboys. It's going to be Cooper Rush versus Daniel Jones, and just the best nap game of the last 20 years.
Maybe Tommy DeVito will be in by then.
I fucking hope. That'd be great. We won more games than him last year.
Yeah, whatever happened with that guy? People loved him.
Tommy Cutlets? I honestly, I mean,
Oh,
we paid the other guy $40 million, and I think Tommy Cutlets gets paid like 650,000.
isn't
Yeah,
that
he
So,
gets
They're
he gets paid in ravioli.
yeah,
isn't that the guy that lives with his mom?
yes.
yeah,
I remember that. Yeah.
yeah. He's got the
The
Guinea agent.
San Francisco 69ers versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Wait, you fucking scrambled my brain with poo caneers. What was the first one?
San Francisco 69ers
Oh, yeah. And the Greg Caneers?
and the Buccaneers.
Okay. Well, I've always been a fan of pirates myself, so I will take the poo caneers.
Ooh,
I don't know if that's good or
bold
bad though.
choice.
Jeff,
I'm going to take the 69ers, but I
I'm
like your
also
pick, Kevin.
taking the Buccaneers.
I might. Oh, really? Wow. I might end up on the Buccaneers plus the points, but outright I'll go with the 69ers.
The Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Washington Click Commanders. Kevin.
You know what? I'm reading the tea leaves here, and I think Schittsburg is going to poo all over their clits.
I'm going to take the Commanders. Unfortunately.
Yeah, this is like the only game that I've looked at and liked. I'm with Kevin here, which is a bad sign for everyone involved. This Washington team has cost me so much fucking money this year. I fucking hate them.
All right, I realize I'm on the same side as Jeff. Can I change my vote?
Yeah, please do that, please.
I'm kidding. I'm pot committed. I
Damn
said
it.
it. I took my finger off the chess piece. We're rolling.
And the final game is the Detroit Lions versus the Houston Texans.
Texans. And I don't know why.
I'm taking the Lions.
Can we call them the Pooston Texans?
Yeah, I mean,
I was thinking about this. Doesn't Houston have the worst weather in America, probably?
It's very
Dustin,
humid and just gross and hot.
yeah, it's like hotter New Orleans as far as I can tell.
Yeah, it's not great.
Because you're a Texas guy, right, Dustin?
I am a Texas guy, and Houston's always like, I stayed away.
What part were you in?
I was all around, dude. San Antonio, Austin, and Dallas.
No shit.
Which one of those do you fuck with the most?
Probably Dallas, because it's why I started doing stand up and went to high school and stuff. My family's there.
which
I feel
high school
like
did you go to?
Trinity High School.
My dad graduated from Skyline. That's the only reason I'm asking.
I was wondering why you're asking. I'm like, that's a weirdly specific.
Yeah, but it feels like most Texans shit on Dallas. Like it's, I guess not as much as Austin, but I don't know. It feels like a weird, like, almost like a Southern California city in Texas.
Yeah, Dallas is like, they're like, well, you guys are practically Yankees up there.
Yeah, I love Dallas. I had a fucking sick time when I've been. So, anyways, how many more games do we have?
That was the last one. I just need to know who you're picking, Jeff.
Oh, all right. Yeah. Fuck.
They're actually on bye week. Fuck is on a bye week.
I'll go with the Texans. I really need Nico Collins to come back. I fucking need that guy. Him getting injured. Both the injuries to these two teams actually fucked me in my future. So I had Nico Collins, Offensive Player of the Year, and Aiden Hutchinson, excuse me, Defensive Player of the Year, and they were the favorites, and they both got injured. Fucking, we talked about it. Aiden Hutchinson stepped on a landmine and pretty much blew his leg off. It was fucking brutal.
Yeah. Well, did you already say who you're picking, Shuddy?
I'm taking the Lions.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So that's the end of the pick them, guys. We did it.
I look forward to making you guys fucking smooch my pee hole again next week.
Hope it doesn't come to that. Am I right?
Yeah, for real. I can't get behind that.
I mean, speaking of Texas, Shuddy, didn't you just get back from Texas?
Yeah, last night.
How was it?
From Dallas.
I mean, I know you weren't going for a particularly fun reason, but
no, I mean,
all things considered.
My grandmother passed away in 2020 and then donated her body to science. They got her ashes back maybe a year or two ago, and then my grandfather passed away in September. And his body has been donated to science, but instead of waiting for it to come back, we had the memorial service this past weekend.
When you donate your body to science, do you have any sort of say in like what they do with it? Like, what if they're like, well, science wants to test dildos out on dead asses? Be like, well, can you not use my grandma for that, please? Because my grandparents both checked that box, and my grandma's still alive. You got to hang out with her recently, Shuddy. But my grandpa died, and I think when they got his body, they were like, we're good. Because he was so old. They're like, I don't know what we're going to learn from this. You guys can have it back. Science was like, thanks, but no thanks. But like, I don't know what. Like, I mean, I don't give a shit. Like, when I die, you can do whatever you want. You can weekend at Bernie's me. You can fucking.
Don't worry, we will.
You can.
Oh yeah, you said it. You put it out there, so now I won't feel guilty.
Yeah, I mean, just don't take me off life support to do it. But when I croak, if science wants to
take you to Disneyland to save a spot for me.
Put me in a wheelchair and say I'm like you.
Put him in a wheelchair so you can move to the front of the line.
You're my fucking carpool mannequin.
Yeah. Like you could, science could be like, well, we want to see what happens if we put a dead guy in a cannon and fucking shoot it at a wall. Be like,
I want to see that.
Yeah, that sounds fucking cool. Do it. Stream that on YouTube. But like, I could also see some people who, with perhaps some different beliefs, maybe wanting a little bit more control over what happens to their body for what science wants to do. Like, I've heard that you can also donate your body to crime scene investigators, and they have like fake backyards and different like landscape scenarios set up, and they'll like throw a body over a tree and like get it stuck in a tree branch so they can see what happens if you like find a dead body that's like caught in a tree that people don't kind of stumble upon for about a month or two. Like some weird shit. I've heard some weird shit.
I wonder if that's SAG. Do you have to? Is that union? Union job.
Yeah, I tried to get my grandpa Taft Hartley, but it didn't go over well. So they just mailed his dead body back. But sorry, Shuddy, we went on a little bit of a tangent there.
No, that's okay. So we flew down on Friday. My sister drove in from Austin. Her birthday was Wednesday, so Friday night we went to, my boxing diet went out the fucking window.
Good food out there?
This weekend. It started, I should go back. I flew with my parents, and this was the first time that I really swooped in and took control and was sort of guiding my now AARP eligible parents through the airport.
You become the godfather. You're the patriarch.
Look at me. I'm the captain now.
But we met up with my sister. She stayed, her and her boyfriend, her partner, stayed at the Airbnb with us.
Oh, did they start a business together?
Yes, they did.
I say that all the time to Carl because she's a little bit younger than me, so she's big on the whole partner thing rather than boyfriend and girlfriend. So anytime she introduces that, I'm like, yeah, we just started this new app startup. It bombs every time.
It's closer to
Partners.
getting dumped every time.
Oh yeah.
Well, that just sealed the deal on who I'm voting for in a couple of hours.
Um, and I had some bomb ass chicken fried steak at
Oh,
this
yeah.
restaurant with
Fucking love chicken.
garlic mashed
Gonna-
potatoes.
Gonna
and
fucking drive
olives.
Dustin to a relapse again. Twice in a
Bruh,
row. 2 days
I'll
in a
tell
row.
Listen,
Dude,
we started with a pimento cheese appetizer, and then I got the chicken fried steak, and then I had a gooey butter cake dessert
Oh my
that
god.
was fucking to die for.
Gooey butter cake is an underrated dessert. It's like S
Dude.
tier, and it's like I feel like people don't talk about it enough.
I don't think I've ever had that before.
Oh my
My
god.
lady does a gooey butter cake like blondie bar. And it is so fucking good. It is so good.
Oh no, now my underpants are a pooey butter cake.
Oh my. She
So-
made them last year for the holidays. They're unfucking believable. They really were. They're unfucking believable.
So just to give you some basic context, gooey butter cake is like the white cake version of a chocolate lava cake.
Speaking of which,
okay.
also real quick, Jenny's gooey butter cake pint is probably their best pint. So good, Kevin. You haven't had it before?
Oh my
or have
god,
it?
yeah. That was the first thing. The first time I ever went to Jenny's and I saw gooey butter cake, because the first time I ever had it was at it's like a big dessert at California Pizza Kitchen, and like I ate one time and I was like, I shall now dream of this dessert for ages. It was that good. And then when I went to Jenny's for the first time and saw that on the menu, I was like, oh well, yeah, give me like a fucking triple scoop of that. And you will giz yourself. It'll happen.
Yeah.
I know I'm already hard thinking about this.
I guess this morning.
And then Saturday was the memorial service, which they also had really fucking good food. Fried chicken, also really delicious mashed potatoes and potato salad, banana pudding, and my aunt made these chocolate chip cookies that I had to stay away from because I couldn't stop eating them.
They were just
They
too
were-
good, Shuddy. Huh?
They were that fucking good. Then we went to a barbecue spot to watch the Texas A&M game, and I had some delicious.
Not good.
No, it didn't. My aunt and my cousin both graduated from A&M, so it was not an overall happy group.
Fun college.
But
Did they have fun in college?
they did. I'm more interested in telling you about the delicious pork belly burnt ends that I had from the barbecue spot.
Oh, wow.
Oh my goodness. Shuddy boy, I'm surprised you survived Texas.
Yeah.
Fuck this, I'm
And
staying
then-
here.
And then Sunday, we met for brunch. And so there was some conversation about my upcoming boxing match, but as I try to do with the family, I keep the extent of information about Mad Scientist Party Hour to as minimum as possible.
Smart move.
But at brunch on Sunday, after being a couple mimosas deep, my mother pushed the issue and bragged about it and made me tell my entire family about the show.
Ugh.
Beautiful.
I hate that. I hate that conversation.
I do too. And I tried to be
What?
very clear about what lane we fit in. But I obviously didn't do well enough to talk anybody out of it because
No,
later
Shuddy-
that night,
Shuddy, what you got to do is you got to give them a taste of it. Like
well,
they're like, "Hey, do you want to? You know, Kevin does a podcast. Oh, I should check it out." Be like, "Oh, do you want to hear about me nutting on things?" And that usually shuts them up immediately.
well,
No, dude, FaceTime me next time.
I was like, it's very infantile. It's me and two of my best friends, and it's like three 12-year-olds sitting around telling dick and fart jokes.
It's locker room talk.
Yeah.
We're grabbing pussies.
But then Sunday
Jesus.
night, my aunt and her family came over to the Airbnb to hang out. And when she got there, she's like, "So, we listened to your podcast on the way over here."
Oh,
And I went, "Oh no."
we don't
She
want you
goes-
hanging out with that Kevin guy anymore.
She goes, "You weren't too bad, but those other two guys were a little vulgar." And I was
A little.
I was like, "Ugh."
I'm just a
And
soft three.
I kind of just, I like walked away. Like I just didn't even like want to even stay in that uncomfortable conversation anymore.
Oh yeah, like when we were in Jersey for the Smodcastle screening of John Cooper. You know, I was one of the things that I was most nervous about is my grandma on my dad's side watching the movie. You know, the whole time sitting there being like, all right, Kevin wrote all of these jokes. This is all came from his brain. And like, you know, I think the family knows what's up. They know what my style of humor is, but I'm also very good at, you know, cleaning it up and making it family friendly. Whereas it's not as obscene, where when here, I just try to, you know, sound as, how can I phrase something in the grossest way possible? And then that's how it's delivered.
Especially on my dad's side of the family in Texas, who I don't see very frequently, none of them have heard me talk the way that we talk.
Yeah. And my grandma just like gave me a hug afterwards, and she's like, your dad would have loved it. And he always used to tell me, because I always wanted to know what you were up to. You move out to LA and you start a podcast, you're doing a show. I want to hear your show. And your dad was always like, no, you don't. You don't want to listen to that. Just let it be. And apparently she put up a fight and was like, no, what's it called? I want to check it out. And he was like, you do not. Trust me, you don't want to check it out. But like, I think she said it all when her review of the movie was, it was too long.
She actually said that. Wow.
94 minutes. Which if she even tried to pretend like that was her kind of movie, she would have just fucking burst in flames. Like I was just waiting for it's too long. But Dustin, I mean, your stand-up is all over the place. Like you have stuff that's, you know, safe for TV. You have stuff that's a little on the more R-rated side. Have you ever had family come to check out your show and you know you're doing your more R-rated stuff and you're just like, ah, shit?
Oh yeah, definitely. But I mean, it doesn't happen a lot. And the only family member I have to watch out for is like my mom, you know?
Oh yeah.
And then I'll change a few things just because I'm like, you know, I don't want my mom to hear me say like queef and shit, you know?
Yeah, because I mean, like,
yeah, and I got enough material where I could change it up and it's not a big deal. But
yeah,
I remember in the
you
beginning,
did the Tonight Show.
yeah, the Tonight Show was super clean. Yeah, she
Yeah.
loved that. She was like, yeah, she could show her friends.
Yeah, man, I still
But-
will put that set on every now and then, just out of like, oh, bless you, Shuddy. Just
Thank
like
you.
as a proud friend, it's just so fucking cool seeing you doing your set on the Tonight Show.
Oh, thanks, bro. That was insane. I was talking with some other comics about that. How it doesn't really move the needle as far as like blowing up anymore, you know, but it's just a cool, like, yeah, the Tonight Show.
Which
Oh, yeah.
sucks, doesn't it? Like, that really
What are you
should.
gonna do?
That's such a hard thing to accomplish as a comic. Like, getting to do a set on the Tonight Show, and like it seems like, and I love that in Stealing Jokes, that was kind of like a gag in the movie. Was that like douchebag, like TikTok comedian that you guys had to like
Yeah.
pretend to befriend? Like, that is pretty much, that's the new Tonight Show. Like,
It is, yeah.
just
Yep.
being a TikTok douchebag, which kind of
Yeah.
breaks my heart. It's so disheartening to be like,
It's tough, but like, what are you gonna do? You know,
I know.
It's just how it is now.
I do love that the movie kind of skewered that though and made that guy look like the biggest fucking cheese dick on the planet.
Yeah, great actor Luke Knoll, so funny.
He was awesome. That guy was
Yeah,
awesome. I don't know if I've
he's
ever seen
great.
him before. Is he a stand-up?
Yeah, he's a stand-up. He has a guitar too. He's very funny.
I like that guy.
Yeah.
Outside of you, who, obviously best performance in the movie, you fucking crushed it.
Ah, thank you, bro.
But that guy was like a nice distant second. Just because you put so much fucking distance between the two of you guys, it wasn't really a fair fight. Sorry, Shuddy. I know we deviated a little bit, but
That's okay.
I forgot. Go ahead.
Sorry. No, you were going to ask a question or something.
Well, I was just going to ask Dustin one last thing because I forgot to ask this when we were talking about Stealing Jokes, which is available on VOD right now. Some of your act was in the movie. Did the director ask you to like do some of your set?
Yeah. Yeah, and I was just like, okay. Like I didn't care. I was like, yeah, fuck it,
Yeah, I was kind of curious about that because I was like, wait a second. These are real jokes this isn't just like, oh, I'm doing like some guy wrote a script of like what I would be saying on my stand-up. This is like your actual material. Is that like kind of tough for you to be like, oh shit, all right, I got to burn some of my jokes?
But you do one, bro. That just got me thinking. I should do that and put it as a stand-up clip online.
Dude, yeah.
It's high quality, it's on some like awesome cameras.
Yeah.
You're like, I filmed a special, guys. A good one.
Yeah, you got to find the like the clip without like the text bubbles showing up during it.
Oh yeah, that's right. I can just cut that out. I'll figure it out. Yeah, no, check it out. Video on demand, Fuminati.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, show the world that there is an audience for fucking R-rated comedy still.
Dude, I gotta say, Fuminati shows up on the road, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fuminati comes out. If you guys should take this show on the road, man.
I mean,
Have you thought about that before?
Oh, I thought about touring, of course. The Eras tour.
Yeah, you guys would be the next Taylor Swift, bro. The next Eras tour.
The bare ass tour.
We're gonna do 4 hours in Tampa Bay.
I mean, I would love to. That would be sick. I mean, sometimes I just sit back and think about it. I'm like, man, I don't know how we got so lucky to just have an audience like we do, but the Puminati fucking rules.
You got fired twice. That's how.
Yeah, it was partially or mostly you being unlucky, actually.
Hey, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Like when those doors slammed in your face, you opened doors for Jeff and I that were not open before. So
it's a little give and take by God.
Yeah. Whatever. We're a family here.
You guys should totally do a live show. I could get you at the Improv, man. Easy in Hollywood or like anywhere.
Easy. What?
Yes, whatever. As long as people come out, that's all they care about.
I mean, you know what? Let's take the John Cooper showing in December as like a litmus test. Like if people show up to that,
okay,
then we'll do a live show. We'll do a live show. I'll fly out.
All right,
Shuddy flying out, going through the airport with his old parents again.
No, if we're doing a show, they won't be coming with me. Okay. No, I don't. I don't want my dad has an MSPH shirt, and it makes me very uncomfortable when he wears it.
Kevin, are you gonna get Nana to show up?
No, I can't tell fucking cum and poopy jokes with Nana around. And she's already done.
She's gonna be able to hook up the iPad so they can hear me talk about being a soft 3 and a necrophiliac.
Yeah, I would love to do a live show. My biggest fear is that we have, I can see how many people are listening. I can see how many people subscribe to the Patreon. We got good numbers, but it's also tough to get a large chunk of people to participate in anything that is not the show, Even if people want to. Like, there were people that bought tickets to come and see John Cooper at Smodcastle, and they had to bail last minute because, like, kid stuff came up and stuff. So it's tough. And then if you commit, you show up, you do that show, and there's 5 people in the audience, I don't know if I could do a full episode through a panic attack like that.
Oh, welcome to my life every weekend on the road.
Oh. Man,
You're a
that's
hardened veteran, though.
Yeah, but I've had to cancel some shows. That's not
Yeah,
a good feeling.
of course not. You've seen some things, though.
Yeah, I've seen some, done some things, seen some things.
so one of the things in stealing jokes is there's a lot of cameos of, stand-up comics talking about getting their experiences getting stiffed by promoters and bad experiences and shit. And like I've heard some of that stuff just from, my time working for Greg Fitzsimmons back in the day. Do you have any experiences like that? Like someone trying to pay you with like a check that they drew on a piece of paper and then cut with scissors or
Yeah, one of my early gigs, I was like this. Yeah, it was in Funny Bone in Bossier City, like by Shreveport, which was I was a feature, so I was the middle guy, and I was supposed to get 500, and the guy gave me 300 at the end of the week, and I was like, I think I'm supposed to get 500, and he was like, Nah, you can't blame me for trying. I'm like, wow, you're a
no
piece of
way.
shit.
But did he
Yeah,
give you the other 200
yeah,
once you called him out on it? Okay. I mean,
but still, why
Shut
would
That
you
is
Shuddy
like,
shit.
takes
what a
his
dick
side.
move?
Well, I mean, you can't blame him for trying. Hey, kid took a
Yeah.
shot.
How much did they charge you when you asked for an extra spoon?
yeah, you should tell Dustin about that. How you wanted to charge the city of Philadelphia an extra 25 cents anytime they asked for a plastic spoon at your restaurant. Fucking love that. I'm gonna squeeze the margin and juice the profits. The Tom Wong games.
Well, Shuddy, did they give you any specifics when they listened to MSPH and were appalled by mine and
no,
Jeff's
I
filthy-
got out of. I fucking pulled the parachute on that conversation at the first. Like as soon as my aunt took a breath and was like, "What you guys were talking about?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm sorry." I was like, "Oh, I have to go to the bathroom."
Yeah, I went to the bathroom for 2 hours. Watch something on my phone.
I have to go take a shit again. Sorry, Grandma.
One of the funny things though is one of my other aunts brought pictures that my grandparents had in their stuff, and this is a picture of my second birthday cake. It's Popeye.
Oh, I see it now.
You know, there's Popeye. That's a can of spinach, and it's from my second birthday, so that would have been Christmas of '83. My grandmother got the pictures developed in March of '84, and the caption on the back says, Richard's favorite cartoon character at the time. Now it's He-Man.
Oh shit! Look at that.
So they set that aside specifically for me, and I thought that was fairly amusing.
Proof that Shuddy Boy stays on brand.
Yep. But it was a good trip. It was a good trip. My father was a little salty because I took, like I said, I really took charge of as the oldest child, and like I drove everywhere. I loaded the bags and unloaded the bags into the car.
Anybody want to hit my volcano?
I didn't bring the volcano. I brought the G Pen Dash and some joints and edibles though,
Nice.
Oh,
and was able to purchase THC infused seltzers at the liquor store.
Dope.
oh,
It's the
in
dawn of a new
Dallas?
era.
Very
At a
liberal
total-
of Texas.
At a Total Wine and More.
What?
Wow.
Yep. They had hold on. They had a whole section. Let's see if
Give me one sec. I gotta free Lucy the Destroyer. She's trapped in here with me, staring at me like a victim. I feel bad.
You're fucking hostage. Oh man.
So I have.
they had
Go ahead, Shuddy.
a
Sorry.
whole selection of THC infused seltzers.
How many milligrams
5
in the whole thing?
in the whole can, yeah.
All right. So Shuddy would have to like crush a 6-pack.
I mean, I was drinking them one at a time. But it got me to a nice level to deal with my family.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
I shouldn't say it like that, like dealing with them. It made it, I was not like how stoned that I sometimes get that I'm not even functional.
Mm.
Well, that just kind of reminded me of a question that Carl asked me that I couldn't fully answer. So perhaps I can just convert it into a random brain question and toss it out to the room.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for today's random brain question.
So, Shuddy, we found out from the age of 0 to 2, his favorite cartoon was Popeye, and then quickly became He-Man. And the topic of Ninja Turtles came up in this past week when I was talking to Carl, and she was like, so are Ninja Turtles basically the Barbie for boys? And I was like, yeah, wait, no. Fuck, I don't know.
Yeah, I think so.
It would be, that's what He-Man was designed to capture by Mattel, because Mattel had Barbie. So
Okay.
they wanted a toy to capture the boy audience, and they tried it with Big Jim, which was like a jungle action figure,
Big
and then
Jim.
He-Man.
Got a big fat dick in his pants.
But He-Man just had more energy.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I was like, shit, if you asked me, I would probably say, yeah, Ninja Turtles, I guess, are Barbies for boys. But if you ask Shuddy, he would probably say He-Man. And
that's only, I
thinking
mean, that
G.I. Joe is what I was
exactly.
thinking.
Then I was like,
Yeah.
if you ask somebody else, they would probably say G.I. Joe. So I don't think the masses are united on any one front. We kind of have like...
G.I. Joe was the initial, but that waned, and that was Hasbro. That's a completely, and so Mattel needed something to capture that market, and it was He-Man, and then Ninja Turtles became a thing.
Yeah, drank He-Man's milkshake.
Like He-Man had lost popularity by that time, and then Ninja Turtles came out.
Dustin, you talk a lot about like being raised Jehovah's Witness, and you didn't really get to celebrate birthdays and holidays and stuff. Was it super strict with like toys and shit too? Like were Ninja Turtles considered demonic or something?
No, Ninja Turtles were fine, but I remember like G.I. Joes, anything with guns, I couldn't mess with that. So like my buddies would have like G.I. Joes, and I would come in with like Star Wars characters and shit. So there's a very weird dynamic there. But the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was fine because I remember they had like I had that little boat. Do you remember that? The Ninja Turtle boat, and it shot pizzas.
No, I had the turtle van, but I didn't have the boat.
I had the boat. I took it in the bathroom with me in the bathtub. It floated around my dick. Remember when you were a kid and you could just play in the bathtub with your toys?
Yeah.
You brought them all in.
Yeah,
and all the stickers peeled off, and it was like, oh, that was a bad move, maybe.
I had a sweet Stay Puft Marshmallow Man figure that was like definitely safe for the tub, and I staged a lot of fights in the tub between Stay Puft and my dick. Man, this is weird because I so your mom didn't think that like a talking turtle was blasphemous and
no, because I would explain the whole like, no, you see, this is because of chemicals and radiation or whatever. This isn't. This isn't. But anything where it's like witches, they're like, no.
Yeah,
thank goodness the Ninja Turtles weren't made from like. They weren't summoned from like a dark sorcerer. Then they would have been out.
Oh yeah,
it's a science project.
Yeah, it really was
a leak from the Wuhan lab, if you will.
Yeah,
I have an aunt that's super religious. Shockingly enough, she ordered a John Cooper poster, which I couldn't believe, and I'm like, all right, well, that's great. I love you. Thank you for the support, but are you really okay having a poster that's got a bunch of pot leaves and a blow up doll on it? Well, too bad, no refunds. But growing up, she's always been very religious, and she burned all of my cousins' Pokemon cards because they were somehow demonic.
Yeah, I had Pokemon cards. My mom threw them away, and they were, dude. I don't even like thinking about it because now they're worth so much fucking money.
Yep.
I had like the original Charizard, man, and like just Oh God.
I think
Sad stuff.
that's why those cards are so expensive, because so many religious moms just like burnt a huge portion of that first run. So now there's only a handful of Charizards that survived the Inquisition.
Dude, you know what's weird too? There was a lot of burning going on back then. Like parents would burn a lot of like she burned my brother's Pearl Jam t-shirt one time. Yeah, it was pretty gnarly, man.
Yeah, that Eddie Vedder, he's all demonic. He speaks in tongues all the time.
Did you guys have a
Yeah. Oh, he sounds like a demon.
No, they had a stake in their backyard. They were just
Yeah. Or did your mom have a 55-gallon drum in the backyard designated for burning your guys' stuff?
this is for witch burning and all the other demonic things.
Yeah.
When I light on
One
fire.
was for trash and one was for demonic stuff, you know.
This is sewage and this is the demons.
Yeah, and you could tell if it was hard to burn, then it was really possessed. You know, like if she had to pour gasoline on it, then it was like really.
The
Satan
devil's
really got a hold of this. Yeah,
the devil's really in this motherfucker here.
Oh my God, the worst is when she would have dreams about. She would say she had a dream about something we had in the house, and we're like, okay, that's going up in flames.
Oh, oh my God.
Yep. It all came from like back in the day. Simpsons did an episode about this, which is crazy. But my grandma had a wig that she bought, and it was real human hair because I guess they did that back then. And my mom had
Alfred Hitchcock do something about this too.
Yes, my mom had a dream about it. She said, and then they burned the wig the next day, and it wouldn't burn, so it was like a big like, oh God. So then that got her kicked off on the burning thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Lighting shit on fire is fun and cool.
That sounds like a sick dream. Like where you wake up and like, I have to burn my wig.
Yeah.
Like I kind of feel like dreams are like, you know, if I had some crazy dream last night and then talked about it on the show, people would be like, dude, I don't give a fuck. It didn't happen. Who cares about your fucking dream? But if there's some way like in the future where you can put on almost like what's that Catherine Bigelow Strange Days. Do you guys remember that?
No.
It's like Ray Fiennes is in it, and like it's supposed to be the futuristic year of 1999, and they have this technology that you put this weave on your head and it'll record whatever you're seeing. So people will go on crime sprees wearing it, and then people will sell those discs on the black market so you could buy it, put it into your thingy, and then now you're seeing first person going through a crime spree, and you know, you don't have to worry about it because anything that happens, you're safe. You're not actually doing it. So it's like some weird twisted VR. But if they ever came up with that for dreams, man, that could be some crazy fucking content going out.
Oh my God, we would all get canceled so quick.
Like I would love to experience your mom's dream that made her wake up and burn a wig. That sounds awesome.
She doesn't even like to talk about it because sometimes apparently it was so bad that she can't even talk about it.
When it finally started burning, all these evil spirits came out of the smoke like
Yeah.
You're screaming from the wig.
Man.
I don't even know what the wig looked like. I hope it was like an afro wig. That would have been funny.
It's like a rainbow clown wig. I have to burn this. Well, I feel like before we go, today is a very important day, very big day for America, very big news day, and who better to talk to than our very own special newsman?
Are you having a good day? Well, I'm about to ruin it.
Oh, no.
This is Droopy's bad news. Hello, gentlemen.
Hey, Droopy.
Hey, Droops.
What's the vibe? How's everybody feeling?
I am
Feeling good.
pretty
I have to pee pretty badly, but otherwise I'm decent.
Well, Shetty boy, get ready, because I'm going to make you piss your pants.
I hope not.
Did you guys hear in the news? A Colorado man who was recently in trouble with the law was turning over a new leaf and starting a new job. 33-year-old John O'Neill was 15 minutes into the first day of his new job as a landscaper when he threw a hook-shaped tree branch into the wood chipper that caught a hold of his court-ordered ankle monitor and pulled him into the machine.
Oh, no way. Droopy,
terrible.
that's awful.
Did he just lose a leg or did he die?
Well, it pulled him in and started chewing up his toes, his feet, and then worked up his legs to mid-thigh before his coworkers finally heard his screams through their protective ear gear and pulled him out. They say he was...
Did they stop the machine before pulling him out? I hope so.
I think they flipped it into reverse.
Spit him out.
Tried to mold all of the goo back together and reform his legs.
Oh, why does he have an ankle monitor, though?
Well, reporting didn't turn out what his crimes were, but being the fate that he suffered, hopefully he did something bad.
Yeah, I would hope.
He was airlifted to a nearby hospital where his heart stopped and nearly all the blood in his body had to be replaced, but he did ultimately survive. They amputated his legs above the knee, and he's going to be fitted with prosthetics.
Oh.
Somewhat healthy, somewhat happy ending.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you know what's funny? They're gonna have to put the ankle monitor on the prosthetic leg, though.
No, they put it on. Don't they put it on? Won't they put it on his other leg?
I don't know.
Well, he lost them both, right?
Yeah, he lost them both.
Oh,
They're gonna have to make him go
so
all
it becomes
like,
a thigh monitor.
Oh, a thigh monitor.
or they
Or
could
you
just,
just microchip the prosthetic.
or they could strap it around his neck, like a dog collar.
Yeah, actually, yeah, that's probably how it have to go because he probably would take his prosthetic legs off a bunch. You know what?
Just leave his leg at home and go gallivanting with one leg.
Not even, but like if he takes his leg off and it's got the tracker on there and he just like goes downstairs. I don't know how he would pull that off without any legs, but maybe he can. And the police will freak out like, oh my God, he took his ankle bracelet off.
Yeah, I wonder what the authorities' plan B is for criminal quadriplegics. I guess they have nowhere to go but the neck. Well, speaking of getting hurt on the job, a worker at a Walmart in Nova Scotia, Canada, was found dead inside the store. Would you guys like to take any guesses on where inside the store?
I'm gonna guess that he got killed by falling prices.
Wow.
That's why he's a fucking professional.
Deflation squashed him. I don't know. I would say a freezer. Where was he again? Nova Scotia. Doing what?
Just
Working at a Walmart.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I've heard this and I know what it is.
Man,
Yeah.
is it a forklift death?
No.
A Christmas display fell on him.
No.
No. Shockingly enough, it was a lady, by the way. She got found inside of an industrial walk-in oven for the bakery.
Oh,
Cooked or suffocated?
Oh, it was cooked, my friend.
that is
Oh, no.
terrifying. Terrifying. Oh my God.
Out of all the ways that I've considered dying, which I do a lot, being the business that I'm in, I feel like getting baked in a Walmart to death is probably at the top of my list of ways I don't want to go. I'll take wood chipper guy.
She was 19.
Oh my God. Way to bring the fucking mood down. Man, I can't wait. I'm going to watch election coverage to cheer me up after this.
Man, talk about getting baked at work, huh?
Wow, well done. Never mind.
Dustin, you're a pretty famous guy. Does your social media account officially make you an influencer?
No.
Yes, it does.
Does it? I can't even influence people
If
to
you
come to my
have
shows.
if you have over 1,000 followers, you're an influencer.
Really?
Yeah,
Hey, did you just
there's
make
like
that up, Shuddy?
I'm not.
there's like a shocking number of professional social media influencers in America.
Wow, I guess I am. Yeah, I'm an influencer. Sure.
A micro influencer is somebody with over 1,000 followers, but under 100,000.
Oh, fuck. I'm a
Oh.
micro influence. I don't like the word micro. That's not cool.
So just say that you are an influencer. Keep the micro and macro out of it.
Don't keep your hand off that goddamn iPad, Kevin. I'm very nervous that I have a micro grundle. Ah!
That was Droopy that did that. That wasn't me.
I know how to work an iPad. Well, recently, two Brazilian influencers were out partying on a boat in Sao Paulo. Jeff, how did I do on the pronunciation there?
Your Portuguese sounds great, Jerpy.
Well, thank you. The captain of the boat that they were out partying on advised them to put on life jackets, but they declined because they said it would ruin their tan and their selfies, which ended up being a poor decision on the ride back when a big wave hit the boat, knocked them all off, and they drowned.
Mm.
Yeah.
The good news is, Jeff, their tans looked amazing.
Not
Were they
as good
hot?
as the walk-in oven lady, but
Does it have like Instagram photos of that chick?
the walk-in oven lady got a good tan.
Oh yeah, just glistening.
I had to throw that out there as a bit of caution, Dustin. Just never
Yeah.
sacrifice your safety for your
I'll wear
influencer
life
status.
jackets. I'll stay away from ovens and wood chippers.
I consider myself a bit of a micro influencer myself, but that's only because I can give myself a red rocket at will. A woman in Kansas was traveling with some skydivers to catch some photos of them in action. And after returning to the ground, she was standing on the runway taking pictures of skydivers from the ground, but accidentally stepped backwards and pulled an Indiana Jones on herself by stepping into a spinning propeller of a Cessna 182.
Oof.
I didn't even know that was possible.
Yeah, we're getting some deaths here that I don't know. I really didn't think they were that possible. The industrial oven sounds that's terrible. That is just a terrible
It's like
outcome
she
for
got
that 19-year-old.
What was that, Shuddy?
It's like she got locked in there by accident, like Mr. Manhattan did in the atomizer thing in Watchmen. Like the time lock went on.
Well, maybe she'll come out of this with powers.
I don't know.
Dr. Manhattan, not Mr. Manhattan.
Mr. Manhattan. Sounds like a gay little action figure, Mr. Manhattan. It sounds like something would like it would be in a word to cute babies in Manhattan. Little Mr. Manhattan.
The best child power lifter in Manhattan.
That's actually the tagline to the third Boss Baby movie. Boss Baby 3, Mr. Manhattan. And finally today, a Kentucky man suffered a heart attack during a drug overdose. You see, I told you this was going to be funny, Jeff. And was declared legally dead. And turns out the man was an organ donor. So the doctors began the procedure of harvesting his organs when the man returned to life and began thrashing around on the table.
Oh,
Whoa.
what the fuck?
I wonder, I wonder how many organs they got out of him before he woke up.
Yeah, before he realized it.
Yeah.
Man, shitty death prognosis, and you don't hear that very often.
Yeah, that's always my worst fear. Is that I'll
You
just be
can't.
like,
You need to have 100% success rate on those.
yeah. I'd be like, kick me in the balls first before you fucking
Yeah, don't do
harvest
the
my
mirror.
organs. Yeah.
Don't do the mirror. Kick me square in the testicles.
hmm
Yeah, I would say that's fair ground. If you have an organ donor checked, do the old treat it like a zombie. Give me a double tap. They can't do
hmm
brain transplants. They don't need it, right? Just fucking double tap me.
I think so.
Well, that man, by the way, ending on a positive note, he's now alive and living with his sister. So apparently they didn't take too many organs before he woke up.
No,
Just his penis.
it's good.
And
Nothing vital, at least.
this has been today's
Wow.
installment of Droopy's Bad News.
Thank you, Droopy.
Thank
Well
you,
done,
Droopy.
Droopy.
Oh, he's gone. He already bounced.
Yeah.
He took his check.
He doesn't stick around very long.
No.
He's hanging out with Lucy the Destroyer, putting the moves on her.
He'll be back when he finds out there's only $300 in the envelope instead of $5. Well, Dustin, great seeing you, my dude. And everybody, make sure you check out Stealing Jokes. It's on VOD. Show the Puminati bump. Let people know that it's real.
Yeah. And also John Cooper.
Yeah.
Yes. Go to that. Go to the screening. We'll be there.
Yep.
It'll be a great time.
Keep your
We'll
calendars
sign your
clear.
tits and everything.
Yeah.
I'll sign everyone's tits.
Even if you're a dude.
Enough people show up to that. We'll do a live show at some point.
Yeah.
Oh God, we really fucking
We're
gave
all
Shuddy Boy a
again
boner there.
signed tits.
Wait, where do they do the Oscars? Let's do a live show at that place. Sell that
The
fucker
Dolby
out.
Theater.
Listen.
We could sell that motherfucker out.
I think we could go back to Golden Apple. 500 episodes later. No,
No?
I'm making a joke, but we have done a live episode before, guys.
Oh.
We
Sure.
did. Very
Yeah,
early
fucking
on,
ruled.
too. Early fucking MSPH days. Episode 100.
100. Yeah, that's how we celebrated episode 100 with a live show that I had to get shit-faced to get through.
That was another one. I had so when I moved to LA, I tried a whole bunch of different comic shops. And when I went to Golden Apple, I was like, all right, this is my spot. Like, even now that I live in Culver City, I still drive all the way to Golden Apple to get my comics. And, that I developed a friendship with the people that work there, the owners. And, it was started, I forget, I think in the 70s by the patriarch of the family. And he passed before I even moved to LA. And then, his son, Ryan, and his mom, Sharon, started running it. And Sharon was always working on Wednesdays and became very close with her. And she reminds me a lot of my family. And we, hit it off. And I when I reached out to them about doing our show there, I was kind of thinking yeah, I know Sharon's always there in the morning and she'll be home by the time we get there and do the show. And she was there. And I've never said so much as damn it in front of her. And I was like, oh, no. And it really did feel like swearing in front of my Nana.
Ooh.
I was in my head
So
the whole time of that show.
I remember when we were setting up and I was making trips back and forth to the car, I had a bottle of Southern Comfort in the trunk of Kevin's car that I was swigging straight from every time I went out to grab a piece of equipment to bring in. And that's when I snorted ramen.
Yeah. Shuddy Boy did a line of ramen off
Oh
the
my
glass
God.
counter. Courtesy of our homie Seek. Shout out to Seek. But yeah, again, everybody look up Stealing Jokes on Prime, iTunes, Vudu. Is it on Vudu? I think that's like another platform of renting stuff. If you're a non-Amazon Apple participant, anywhere you can rent movies, check out Stealing Jokes. Support Dustin. Support comedy. Support dirty comedy. And it's a funny ass fucking movie. Dustin, you crushed it.
Thanks, bro.
You were awesome in it.
Stealing jokes.
Stealing Jokes. Get it now,
Stealing
baby.
jokes.
Get it now. You can also follow us on Instagram. I'm at Kevin Kraft.
At Shuddy Boy.
At Jeffro Records.
At Dustin Ybarra.
And at MSPH Podcast and John Cooper Movie. And if you want to watch these episodes instead of just listening, you can go to youtube.com/Mad Scientist Party Hour. Also want to give a quick shout out to our friend and yours, Dom, who put together the music video for Billy Bubbleguts. Dustin, I'll play a little bit for you.
I'm gonna go pee while you do
Okay.
that, or I'm gonna pee my pants.
Okay.
Go for it. So Dom's son
Pussy.
is an aspiring creative. He's really young, but he's like obsessed with movies. He directs and writes sequels to horror movies that don't have sequels. And like Dom, as being, a very loving and caring and supporting dad, acts in all of them. So he was showing them to me at Dom's bachelor party, and they were fucking awesome. They were adorable, they were funny, really cool, and it's awesome that Dom is like nurturing his son's creative side very early, because that is important. If he wants to do that when he grows up, you got to get that muscle flexing early on.
Gotta get it working.
And it's awesome that Dom is doing it. So he put in... Dom tells his son like stories at night to fall asleep. I think this is what Dom was telling me. And he just riffs off the top of his head. So he said something about like a character having bubble guts. And he was like, what's bubble guts? And he's like, oh, like when your tummy's upset and like you like fart and poo a lot. So he got obsessed with bubble guts, the term bubble guts, wrote a song, and then put it into AI to make a song out of it. And as like, old school creatives, we are supposed to be taking a stand against AI, but the fact that a little kid made it, I feel like we're in the clear of playing it. So Dom sent me the audio of it, and then we did a listener submitted thing where everybody drew pictures of what they think Billy Bubbleguts look like. And Dom made a music video that you can check out on our Patreon. But here's just a little snippet of Billy Bubbleguts.
Once there was this guy named Billy, and he always gets bubble guts. Sometimes he gets them and gurgles. He runs really fast to the toilet. Billy farts on people when he gets bubble guts. He makes them squirm as they choke on his farts. Once he ate baked beans and had a gas attack like Granny, and he always gets bubble guts. He traps his fart in a jar and lets it out in someone's face. Billy farts on people when he gets bubble guts. He makes them squirm as they choke on his farts. Once he ate baked beans and had a gas attack like Granny, and he always gets bubble guts.
So you pretty much get the gist of it. But music video turned out awesome. Check that out. And you can go to patreon.com/Mad Scientist Party Hour. You can sign up. You can support the homies. You can keep this going and treat yourself to some amazing content. We are coming up on our, I think, 7 years of Patreon, which is fucking crazy. So a 7-year backlog.
How old is it?
How old is what?
Patreon.
Our Patreon is about 7 years old.
I'm saying just the website itself. I feel like we were one of the early Patreoners.
I think we are, because I had to reach out to Patreon and request a video storage update for our account, and they granted it. So I was like, oh, they must think we're kind of big penis havers.
That's very cool.
But yeah, patreon.com/Mad Scientist Party Hour.
2013.
Oh, okay. So we're a little behind the curve. but we've been there for a majority of it. And what else? If you need some sports chit-chat rattling around in your ear holes, Outkick Bets with Jeff Clark has got you covered.
Damn right. Yeah, covering week 10 of the NFL this probably Thursday. I'll start doing NBA January 1st, but right now it's just NFL. Got to bounce back after a nice week 8, but yeah, this week, week 10, holler at me. Subscribe, Outkick Bets. Please share with your friends.
And Dustin, I think this is the first time we've had you on since you started your show.
Oh yeah, good things are happening.
Yeah.
Good things are happening podcast. Check it out.
Yep. I sat in on an episode, went in person, and that's nice like shiny ass fancy studio on the Sunset Strip.
It's very fun. Just trying to get where you guys are at, man. We need to add some farts and poos and queefs, but we'll get there.
Serve people up a nice queef Wellington. And you can still get your John Cooper movie posters, Etsy.com/shop/John Cooper movie. Christmas is coming up, and I don't know if the poster count will survive until then. So if you want to get somebody a Second Coming of John Cooper movie poster, now's your time to do it. Check it out. Etsy.com/shop/John Cooper movie. And I think that is about it, my friends. But as always, until next time, something